Hi, I'm Caedyn Huston. I'm a junior member of the Lime Creek Loblars 4-H Club. I will be your host on this historical walking tour of the Washington County Fairgrounds. Our tour will start at the entrance of the Extension Office, where you can pick up a trifold brochure that includes a GPS address of each tour stop as well as a web address and a QR code that if you scan with your cell phone, you can access additional videos of the tour stops. There will be a total of 7 stops along the way that will allow you to see some of the interesting buildings and sites at our beautiful fairgrounds. This historical walking tour was also a 4-H citizenship project, as well as a digital storytelling project. I intend to continue adding to this tour stop as I learn more about what other historical places on the Washington County Fairgrounds. Let's go ahead and get started by learning more about the Washington County Fair. The earliest known Washington County Fair was held in 1853 after the Washington County Agricultural Society was organized. The earlier facilities were very small in nature and were located south of the current Washington County Fairgrounds. The 1858 County Fair offered a premium of $25 for the best made pair of pantaloons. That would be the equivalent of $825 today. On this slide you can see a newspaper article from 1875 that shares some of the premium information for the Shorthorn Cattle Show, which included a high premium of $25 for the Champion Bull. The early years of the fair were more for local exhibitors in competition, as compared to the 4-H and livestock exhibitor shows and contests that we think of today. The 1895 fair claimed to have some of the best speed horses entered, but this picture is of the bicycle race in 1897. It's what really caught my attention. If you look closely, it appears that the rider on the far left is racing a high wheeler or penny farthing bicycle. In the 1920s, auto racing was an attraction at the fairgrounds. The track that you see in this image is from the original grandstand, which is located south of the current grandstand. The track at the time was a full 1/2 mile track and was the envy of the area. If you look closely in aerial images on Google Earth, you can faintly see the outline of the old racetrack today. By the 1930s, the fair was becoming increasingly popular due to the emphasis on 4-H achievement shows. The 1930s is when the fair started to transform into what we know of today. This newspaper article from 1933 talks about cash prizes for the girls and boys clubs who show the most cleanliness with their exhibits throughout the fair. This is the first evidence of what we refer to now as herdsmanship judging. And by 1937, they were using dust control methods to make things more comfortable for attendees. I've not been able to find any information on the county fair during World War II years from 1942 to 1945. It's likely that it was not held due to the war. What we do know is that Washington County had 4-H members exhibit at the Chicago Stock Show. In 1943, Bertha Flading became the first exhibitor from Washington County to show cattle at the Chicago Stock Show, which was held at the old Chicago Stockyards. As far back as 78 years ago, our 4-Hers were dedicated to showing off their hard work. In 1946, an amphitheater was built, but I'm still looking for information on what building they're referring to. In 1953, a $12,000 show barn had been built, and 3 large tents were rented, and for the first time commercial exhibits were sought, bringing considerable money. There were 25 pens of sheep, 180 cattle, and 155 hogs at the 1953 county fair, and the entry fee was only 25 cents. In 1956, a new exhibit building was constructed, and wash racks, fly spraying, gravel on the lanes, and water sprinklers were also added. Girls exhibited in the new barn, and the Great American Carnival was on the grounds for all 4 days of the fair. There was also a tractor rodeo, amateur show, queen contest, band concert, livestock parade, and a dance. During the fair of 1960, stores uptown closed for half a day of the fair. Top prices for steers was $45, which was paid by Hy-Vee. At the 1961 fair, a record of 4,000 people came to the fair in one day. By 1970, most of the existing buildings had been built on the Townsley Park grounds, now generally called the Fairgrounds. Our fair board has continued to improve our grounds each and every year, and we've come a long way since the 1970s. This slide is just an example of the few of the major improvements that have happened in the past year. I hope you'll continue on this historical tour journey to learn more about what makes our Washington County Fair so special. A special thank you to the decades of Washington County Fair Board members, whose hours and hours of hard work and dedication to our grounds have made it what it is today. Thank you.